Hey everyone, hope everyone's having a good day. Thanks for tuning into the channel. I know it's been a while, but you know, life happens. My wife and I had our second daughter. She's just over 3 months now, about 3.5 months. So, you know, haven't had much time to get out on the sand, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, so that's why you haven't seen me in a while. I've gotten out a little bit, not as much as I'd like to, but the few times I've got out, nor the opportunities that I've had to get out, I've just skunked, you know. Whether it was, most of the time it was just, you know, conditions weren't right, and I'm not a good fisherman, so oh, and also I hope the audio is okay. I haven't even had time to test out this audio. Yeah, hopefully it sounds all right. I'm using a different, you know, mic system, because usually I'm just on the sand. I've only, you know, been like this on the camera, you know, face to face a few times. So every time I do it, it's you know, it's so new to me. All those guys that, you know, make these types of videos, you know, props to you guys, because I mean, it's a lot harder than just, you know, being on the sand and just fishing, you know, and then I just edit that stuff out. But you know, you got to kind of try to stage this stuff. But anyhow, I wanted to make a video on what I take on the sand, the gear that I wear. I've had a few requests to make a video like this, and I've been wanting to do it for a long time. But truthfully, I was trying to get a video for you guys of a good catch on the sand before I made this video, but I wanted to get something out there, so yeah, so here it is. So just a quick rundown. I'll go over my pack, waders, just my jacket that I wear, you know, but I got 2 pairs of boots right here, and I'll go over the past few pairs of waders that I've gone through, which I've, you know, thrown away. So let's get into it. All right, so first we'll go over the waders. These are actually made by a company called, sorry about the lighting, Compass 360, and you can get these on Amazon. And this is actually my second pair of these waders, and I really do like them. My first pair I bought in, I believe it was August of 2020, and those lasted me, so they lasted me through the rest of 2020, all of 2021, and I think I bought this second pair in the beginning of 2022, something like that. Yeah, the waders did fine, but just like anything else they do wear, especially on the sand, you know, these things aren't made for the sand, so, you know, they always wear. I think my that last pair wore out right around the seams, right in here. I tried to seal them, but it just didn't work, and you know, my feet got wet, and I used them for a while. I mean, they leaked probably the last, I don't know, probably last 6 months, maybe even to a year that I had them. You know, they leaked, but only on my feet. My feet didn't get cold or anything. They were just wet when I took my waders off. And one thing I definitely recommend when you're wearing these type of waders is to wear socks. I mean, if you don't, and then anyone that's done it will know, especially if you've been on the sand for hours in a day, they'll stink up your waders so bad, and you will not be able to get that funk out. So I made that mistake on my first pair of waders. So yeah, so this is my second pair of these. So I've gone through 3 pairs of waders in the past 3 years. And the first pair that I had were Frog Togs Anura 2. That's A-N-U-R-A. I have links to all the stuff in the description below. I like those waders, and those waders were actually more expensive than these Compass 360 waders. And I don't know if I just got a bunk pair, but they started leaking, I think like the 3rd time that I used them. It started leaking at my feet, and then I think the next time I went out, my whole like the hip area was all soaked, like the groin area was all wet. So yeah, so I junked those pretty quick and went to these Compass 360s, and yeah, they've been doing great for me. So yeah, so those are my waders. And now let's get to the boots. All right, so I got 2 pairs of boots right here. These are my old boots. These are the Sims Flyweight, and these are my newer boots, which are the Sims Freestone. So I'll go over both of these and tell you what I think about them. So these are the Sims Flyweight boots. I really do like these boots. They're really lightweight. When I look at them, I always thought of them like basketball shoes with some tread on them, and they got the nice Vibram soles on them. The tread is still really good, but the only issue was, which I knew from the get-go, was the eyelets. See, they're just made out of this fabric, like polyester, and then, just from after time, just the laces going in and out. Even after rinsing them after each use, they just wore them out, and then eventually, just went through 1, then 2, another. This one's about to go. Same thing on the other side. So I was like, man, I'm just gonna have to get another pair. So yeah, but other than that, I really do like these boots. Maybe I can get those eyelets fixed or something at a shoe place, because they're still good boots, and they're not cheap. They're like $200 bucks. But yeah, and then from there I went to these guys. These are the Sims Freestone. My boy Kaipo, he was wearing these before I got my first pair of Sims, the Flyweights, and he's still wearing them. They're still going strong. I mean, he's had them for, I don't know, probably 3 years now. Yeah, so I decided to get try these out, because just from seeing him wear them and just seeing how eyelets are on these, you could just tell, like, these are definitely going to last a lot longer. These down here, they're some type of plastic, but they're super thick, and then these up top, these are steel. So yeah, I've had these for I'm not sure, maybe 3, 4, 5 months now. I haven't got much use out of them, and they actually look a lot heavier than these. I mean, just looking at them side by side, but they're really not. I wanted to weigh them, but I could never. It seems like they're never both dry. I mean, obviously these are always dry now because I don't use them, but I feel like these are never dry when I think of weighing them, just to compare. But these, I don't think these have the Vibram sole. I don't think it really matters. They're still really comfortable. Really nice tread. The one thing I do like about these compared to these is that once you unlace the top 2, like when you're done for the day, all I do is unlace those top 2, and I just pull the tongue forward, and then it just loosens up everything. Because these eyelets down here, it's just hard plastic, unlike these with the fabric, they kind of just hug the lace. So these, you kind of have to you got to manually just loosen each one all the way down so you can pull this forward. And they're a little bit cheaper. And these you can actually find on Amazon. For whatever reason, they don't have these on there. I don't know why. Maybe because they're a little newer. But they're not that new anymore, and as far as I know, they're still not on there. So yeah, so those are the boots. And next, I guess we can go to my pack. So this is a Samurai tactical backpack. This is a Samurai tactical bag that has for a few years now, and I really like it. It's nice to put some patches up top, flag. I gotta have that on there. California surf angles. Check us out on Facebook. And you can get yourself a patch like this, or in a jacket that I'll show you in a second. So I like this pack because I don't carry a lot of stuff as it is. Sorry. Grab the mic again. So I don't carry a lot of stuff as it is, but if I need to, there's more than enough space in here. And it's got this top compartment, which I usually just have like a microfiber. And if it's not light out, I just throw my sunglasses, my phone, my keys up top here. Just easy access to get to. Because really, other than that, I'm really never going inside of the pack. I might throw might take my jacket off or whatever, stuff it inside, and that would be the top compartment here. And it's just completely, just goes from top to bottom there. And then, it's got a couple small compartments right here. This one's a little bit bigger. I don't really, put much in here. There's some line. Keep my license in here, fishing license, and then usually in this pocket here, which is it's fairly small. It's probably 8 by 8. All I'll do is you just throw a couple LCs in there. Because other than that, I really don't take anything else because I primarily just throw the LC. Let me set that down a little. So I primarily just throw the LC, so there's really not much more to show you guys. I do have this this ABS, just a piece of ABS pipe that I zip tied with some heavy duty zip ties. I see a lot of people bolting on this stuff, but it's just holding a fishing rod, so there's really no need to bolt. If you want, that's fine. Otherwise, if you have a couple of spots where you can actually zip tie it, or even just cutting a couple slits and throwing zip ties through, that's more than enough. But these are, heavy duty zip ties. I don't remember the strength on them, but it's pretty high. So that's more than enough. So I throw that in there if I want to, take my second rod. And I do have a pair of these pliers that I keep, put the carabiner on, and then I could just throw it in my pocket, or I'll throw it just right. If you have like something on your shoulder strap, that's how I keep them. I really do like these pliers. The only thing I don't like about them, the little bracket to keep them closed, it breaks, or the spring will break. And this is my second pair, but they're cheap enough to where I really don't care. It just sucks when they actually does break, because then they just stay open like that. But other than that, I really like these. They're really long, and that way, if you get like a deep hook set, it makes it a little easier to get the hook out. And they're fairly cheap. They're like $15 on Amazon. That reminds me, I got to get another pair. Another thing I wanted to highlight was my tape measure that I always keep inside right here with my my stringer. It's just my stringer. It's just paracord with the carabiner. But yeah, I keep my tape measure in here. The only thing I can think of is that it fell out. Maybe last time I went out. I just went looking for it in the garage and I can't find it. Man, I feel horrible. I really wanted to show that tape measure off to you guys, because it's made by a friend of mine, Steve from Off the Beaten Path. But you could definitely buy him off his website. That's ot-bp.com. Yeah, ot-bp.com. And he's got all kinds of gear, lures. He sells Lucky Crafts. He is a licensed vendor for Lucky Craft. And his measuring tape, which is super nice. And sorry, Steve, I even went looking for it in the garage, but it must have fell out when I was out fishing, because I never take it out of my pack. And other than that, I have, take my hat, my jacket, this jacket that I wear, usually, something waterproof. and I wear on top of my waders. I see a lot of people wearing their waders above all of their clothing, but I like to have my waders on and then my jacket over, so if you do get dunked, you're probably going to be less likely to be as wet as if you had your waders on top. So if you have a jacket on top of your waders, but you're still going to get wet. One of the many California surf anglers windbreakers. This is, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's like a black camo. Super lightweight. It's not waterproof, but it is, I believe it's water resistant. And it's hooded. It's got the hood. It's like a half zip. Really nice. It's got the pocket. So yeah, I really like this thing on the front. Logo. Super sick. And then on the sleeve, the coordinates there. So yeah, really nice. I always wear this thing when I'm out on the sand. I need to get another one. This one's getting a little beat up. So I think that's pretty much it. Other than that, also, some type of face mask. So that's pretty much it. Kind of did this one on the fly, so hopefully it turned out okay. Hopefully the sound is all right. And I just want to thank you guys for the support, as always. And thanks, to a lot of you guys that stuck around. I haven't been around in a while, but I'm still here. And yeah, I'll keep those videos coming. Oh yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to my boy Leonard, who's always been supporting me. And yeah, just wanted to give you a shout out, man. Thank you. You've always given me the motivation, and continue to give me the motivation to do what I do. So thanks again, appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one.